Hey everyone, my name is Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. Today I have my March TBR for all of you guys. I decided to join in on a whole bunch of read-alongs, sort of spontaneously. I have some regrets, let me just say that, but that's okay. I'm going to do my best and see how much I can actually get read. In February, I think I read, I can't do math, and I'm number dyslexic, so let's see here. I read 14 books in February. I only remember one book right now. No, two. No, one. Anyways, I didn't do great. It's fine, I'm not knocking the number, but I should have and could have done better. So let's start with trying to correct the things that I did not get to in February. And that would be a lot of books. So I am participating in the Allie Smith Seasonal Quartet Read-Along, hosted by Sarah from Hardcover Hearts. If I don't mention someone who's hosting something, I will for sure link them and have them listed below in the comments. There's a lot of people and I don't have names for everybody necessarily for who's hosting whatever, so it'll all be below. Okay, so in January we were supposed to read Spring. Haven't read it yet. And then in February we're supposed to read Winter. Haven't read it yet. So I've got these two to read. Plus this is the last month of the read along. So that means I need to read Summer in March. So, you know, just a few books there. I also did not get to The Home Place by J. Drew Lanham. This is for the Book Naturalists Book Club hosted by Heidi at My Reading Life and Doris at All D Books. I have been aching to read this book, and February was such a crappy month and so scattered all over the place. I did not want to start this when I couldn't devote mental time to it. You know what I mean? So this is going onto my list along with, these were all organized at one point, I swear, the March title for Book Naturalists, which is Ecology of a Cracker Childhood by Janice Ray. I never know how to hold these things. I've been doing this for over a year and I'm still like, whatever. So this should be really good as well. Got those two. And then I did not start The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson like a total ding-dong. So this is still on my list. It will be here until it gets read. Something else that's also on my list that I forgot to grab because I always forget it, and that is the 5th Twilight series saga book with the pomegranate on the cover. Midnight Sun? That's terrible. Anyways, I've been reading this extremely slowly, like some pages, 0 pages a month, since I think October of last year with my dear, sweet, wonderful friend Ange from Ange with an E. Ange, I'm sorry I'm such a punk. I will connect with you very, very shortly. Let's try and get maybe a loose schedule. Also, Ange and I were supposed to read The Russian Cage, which is the newest in the Gandhi Rose series, excuse me, by Charlene Harris that came out about a week and a half ago. And I haven't gotten my copy yet. So, Ange, I don't know if you've gotten yours yet either, but it's still on my list. I stink. Okay, so let's get to some readathons, shall we? All right, so for my year-long readathon with my bestie Danny at Spinelli Speaks, we are reading this month The Deception of the Emerald Ring by Lauren Willig. This is going to be really exciting. This time we are traveling to Ireland. So it's between Ireland and England versus England and France. This will be really interesting. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And when we were chatting last night, because we both finished The Mask of the Black Tulip, the second book, I looked ahead to the 4th book, and there are some pronouns used that don't apply to some people that were in the end of the 2nd book, that they were women, and then now they're saying that this person is a man in the 4th book. So I don't know what happens here, but we're both like, oh, I really want to read this quickly. So this will be coming up this one I know I will read because we chunk it up weekly. So that's one that I know will come up. Okay, let's see. Women's History Month. I don't know if I'm going to do anything particularly for this or not. I mean, I have books here written by women, so I think I'll just call that for it. March of the Mammoths. This is hosted by Lukash at A Cruel Reader's Thesis, Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, and Alex at Big Al Books. So it's to read a book. You don't have to finish it, but to start reading a book at least that's 800 pages or more. And I'm going to go back to one that I started and never finished. That is the 4th in the Outlander series, Drums of Autumn by Diana Gabaldon. I got up to page 134 and I just let it sit for no reason. These are such good books. They are so readable, and I am further ahead in the show than I am in the books now, so I would like to get back to this. I'll probably power read the first 134 pages just to refresh myself and then read at a normal pace after that, but this is about 900 pages, so it for sure qualifies as a mammoth. All right. For the Irish read-along, I don't think anyone's hosting this. I think it's just a general thing, right? Like, I don't know. But I'm going to read something by Maeve Binchy. This is Heart and Soul. I don't know if I'm going to read this one or not. I have several of her other books on my shelves already. I'll just kind of see what pops up. But something by Maeve Binchy. Okay. And March Mystery Madness. Again, I don't know who's hosting this. I need to look it up. But I'm pretty much always reading a mystery. Probably it will be the 6th in the Shetland Island series by Anne Cleves. That's what I'm guessing will be my read for mystery. But if not, it will be something else for sure. I generally have something like that on the go. And then for middle grade March, oh boy, do I have a stack for middle grade March. Are you ready? All right, so at the beginning of the year, I knew middle grade March was going to come up again, and I have this stack of books, the series that's middle grade, and I really want to get back to it. So I read the first book, really, really loved it, and then talked to my friends' daughters who were about the age to actually read it versus the adult that I was. And they loved it too. They were the first one. So I've gotten them the second and third afterwards, and I think they just shot past me after that. But I own books 2 through 5, and I think there are still more books out there. What series am I talking about? Laura, you can probably show people. That's the School for Good and Evil series by Soman Chainani. This one is A World Without Princes, number 2. So it's, oh, deckled edge. Oh, they're all deckled edge. Arg. So there's this one. So this is my priority for middle grade March. If I get any other middle grade books here read, that will be the cherry on top. But I do want to get back to this and start this, because then I have book 3, which is quite large. This is The Last Ever After. Book 4, equally chunky, Quests for Glory. Until I got a Target. And book 5, this is from Barnes & Noble, A Crystal of Time. This is the fattest one. So, if I could get these off of my shelf, that would be freaking awesome. I don't know. I mean, it's middle grade, so it reads quickly, but that's a heckin' lot of pages, y'all. So, oh yeah, also, these are all from the library, and I couldn't get them on ebook anymore. There was way too long of a wait list. They would have come out of order. So I would like to finish a series of unfortunate events. So, whoa. Book 10, The Slippery Slope, very apparently titled. The Grim Grotto, number 11. Number 12, The Penultimate Peril. And number 13, The End. So I've got these that are all due in March, plus the Beatrice letters, excuse me, all by Lemony Snicket. And, whoa, I have just some random middle grade books on my shelves that I pulled out that I would like to get to if I could. This is a freaking joke, I realize, but you know, go with me. Let me have the illusion I can do all this. This is a follow-up of the first book. It's called Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn. This one is Starry River of the Sky. I don't remember specifics about where the mountain meets the moon, but oh my gosh, I loved it. The writing was beautiful. I loved the fairy tale tone to it, a little magical realism. It's just wonderful. It was just so wonderful. And when this one came out, I was excited to get to it. So I bought it. I mean, I got it in paperback, so I waited a little bit, and then I just never actually read it. So I would love to get to this book. This was a random pick. I think I was trying to fill my cart at Book Outlet at some point in the past. The Trumpeter of Krakow by Eric P. Kelly. This is a Newbery Middle winner, so I don't know anything about it, but it's set in Poland. And then I have 3 books here by Penelope Lively. I have read a couple of hers and just absolutely loved them. So I've been buying them slowly. Like usually whenever I place an order at Book Depository, I buy a copy of her books. I'm sure they're published in the States, but I just prefer the UK editions for some reason. Well, I'm a weirdo Brit person. So I have this very nice edition with a bookmark of The Ghost of Thomas Kemp, A Stitch in Time, and The House in Norham Gardens. Now, my mom has read all of these Penelope Lively books, and she has loved them all. So I buy them for both of us. It's not just me. That's what I tell myself when I'm checking out. But so these 3 by Penelope Lively, they're all relatively short, so that's not bad. So that's all I've pulled for middle grade March. I have plenty more on my shelves, but I think this is enough to focus on. Okay, so Mammoths, middle grade Irish, mystery, women's history. Yep. Okay, the last one, and certainly not the least by a long shot, is Dewithon. This is the Wales Readathon, hosted by a blogger, I believe, Paula, book jotter. I think that's correct. And I realized that I have some Welsh books on my shelves that I keep needing to get to, along with everything else that I own, and just they always fall off. So this one I did not know had anything to do with Wales, but I watched Heather's TBR, and she mentioned that Sean from Past Storytime told her that this was partially Welsh. So I have Among Others by Jo Walton. I purchased this book because I've heard wonderful things, and it's partially epistolary, or fully epistolary, or it's a diary. And I thought they mentioned music in here or something. I'm not sure, but so that's why I have this. But it's at least partially set in Wales and has Welsh people. Score. And then I don't know which the first book is, but this is a cozy mystery series set in northern Wales in Llandudno. I feel like I do that thing for when I try to say a Welsh word, which is I just butcher it. And if I try to do German, I feel like I get too hooky, you know? Anyways, Llandudno. Being American, Laura. Penny Brannigan series. This is by Elizabeth J. Duncan. A Brush with Death. I think this is the 4th or 5th. And I have several of the other in the series. I don't know if I have the first or not, but I will be starting this cozy mystery series at some point, which I just realized now can work for March Mystery Madness. So I will be trying this for sure. And if this isn't Welsh, I don't know what is Welsh. It's the Mabinogion. This one is translated by Lady Charlotte E. Guest, and it's a super expensive Dover Thrift Edition, which I don't like these, but I think I was just looking for a copy of this, and this was the most affordable, clearly. So here we go. So it's 12 Welsh prose tales, written down in the Middle Ages. They are thought by scholars to be probably much older, perhaps going back to the dawn of Celtic civilization. So there are several groupings in here. There's some Arthurian stuff. But I really would like to read this for sure. At least read a few stories, see how it goes. You get me. So that's all I've got for March. I'm going to be busy. I sincerely hope I can get to all of these books. That seems highly unlikely and hilarious. Please don't wet your pants if you're laughing at me right now. But yeah, personal priorities are the Book Naturalists books. The Allie Smith Quartet series, not so much Maeve Binchy, not so much Isabel Wilkerson, no offense Isabel, but I know I will read you eventually, and because this TBR is so huge this month and next month is going to be much smaller, it's okay if she waits a little bit longer. I would sincerely like to start the Diana Gabaldon again and really get this series rolling again. Plus Lemony Snicket, they've got to go back to the library at some point. And all the Welsh stuff too. I mean, man. Here's hoping I have some reading mojo this month. So, any pluses or minuses for these? Did you hate any of these? Do you think I'm insane? I do too, for trying to attempt to read all these books. It's a lot, but I like doing this stuff. I like having a lot of options and things. So let me know what you think. If you guys are participating in any of them, if any of these read-alongs, readathons, if you have posted a TBR, let me know. And I will get back to you guys very shortly. Here's hoping everything works out. All right. Happy March and happy reading. Bye.